Hi and welcome back to my channel. My name's Erica. Today we're going to be taking a sneak peek at the April Truck of the Month blocks. So before we get started, I just wanted to mention my Happy Granny quilt back here. I always get questions on what quilt is on the wall behind me. So this one's called Happy Granny. It is my newest quilt release, and you can find that in my shop. It features, it's charm pack friendly. You can use fat quarters. You can really use your scraps even. So it's a really fast and easy and fun quilt to make. So definitely check that out. I'm also wearing one of the shirts from my merch shop. This just has a large sawtooth star on it. This is one of my favorite shirts. These shirts are all cottony, comfortable, and they really run true to size. So if you're interested in that, there's a link to my merch shop below here as well. And I have a couple different designs for you to choose from, but they're just soft and comfy and cozy and just your classic tee. So I just wanted to let you know what I'm wearing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the April Truck of the Month. So here is the April Stitchy truck. This one I think turned out so cute. I did this fun little umbrella in the back with a little tiny chick on top of the truck. I don't know if you can see him. I did want the umbrella to kind of look like a strawberry just because I thought it was sort of cute. And then I have another little chick right here and another little one hanging from the R right there. And I did use DMC floss for this one. I think the pink is a Cosmo floss, but the pattern does have the DMC equivalent of that. So if you just want to use all DMC. And then on the back here, I did do my magnet so it can magnet on to my finishing block. And this one I forgot when I cut my fabric to cut the gingham kind of on the diagonal. And so when I put it on here, it actually ended up kind of coming together like this little envelope in the back, which actually was kind of cute because it kind of semi looks like the back is a little bit more finished than most of my other blocks. So anyways, it worked out, and here it is again. And this blue print is an older Lori Holt print. I do not remember what line it's from, but I thought that blue matched the truck really well. So here is the April one. It's super cute. And then of course I can just magnet it on to my finishing block, and we're good to go. Now, someone had commented and asked me if they thought I could use Velcro to put these on so you can, you know, replace them. And I think you could. I don't see why not. I know they make like sticky Velcro. I think if you're going to be putting the Velcro on something like this, you might want to hot glue the strip on, so hopefully it holds a little bit better. And then I'd be a little bit worried that the sticky might come off of here, so I might actually hot glue the Velcro onto the back of this as well. I haven't tried it, so if you do try it, let me know. Let me know how it works. But that said, I don't see why you wouldn't be able to use the Velcro. So I've just done the magnets because that's kind of what I saw when I was looking at ways to finish these, and so it's just been working out for me, but I think you could definitely try the Velcro too. So here is the April Stitchy truck. Now for the April Quilty block, I want to stretch you guys just a little bit. We're going to have a couple of new techniques in here, but it's nothing hard, so don't be afraid. And like all of my other patterns, I have step-by-step written instructions with graphic illustrations to help make it easier for you. And I did film a video as well just for one portion of this block. So don't be afraid, give it a try. Here is the April Quilty truck. Now we've got some small pieces on here. That little chicken up at the top is some smaller pieces, but you can do it. And then the umbrella is actually Dresden blades. And so I do have a video on how to put these Dresden blades together, and it's really easy, and it's a great intro maybe into appliquing something, because it's not really true applique, I don't feel like. I mean, I guess it is, but really all of these edges are finished for you except for this edge, these outer edges right here. And so all you have to do is press those in 1/4 of an inch, and then I just used some pins to kind of hold them in place. And then when you're done putting the truck together, you add the umbrella on the top afterward. So you can kind of decide where you want it. I just pinned it down with a couple of pins, and then I just ran a top stitch all the way around these outside edges, and you just leave your needle in the down position, pivot your fabric, and then go, leave your needle in the down position, pivot your fabric, and go, and you just go all the way around the outside edge, and it's super easy. Now, one of the things when you're doing that, when you're adding Dresdens, and this is just for any Dresden at all, I find it best to stitch right to this seam line, so your needle's right in between both of those colors, and then pivot, and then when you come back out, it'll be in the right spot. when you pivot. And so that's just a little tip that I've learned from sewing Dresdens over the years, but it's really easy. So I really encourage you guys to give it a try. It is not hard at all. There is a template in the pattern for the Dresden blade, so you don't need to go out and buy any rulers or anything like that. And then it's just going to fit on this block perfectly. And then of course, we also added the APR for April at the bottom. This fabric I used is by Corey Yoder. This is her Canning Day line, and it's just a really fun, springy, colorful line, I thought. And then on the back, I know I've told you guys I'm trying to sew through my stash. I obviously have a ton of fabric and I want to make sure I use it all. So on the back, I used a line by Lella Boutique. So this is not from Corey Yoder. I mixed and matched my designers. This is from a line called Nest that she put out a few years ago, and I had some of it in my stash. And so I thought it matched pretty good. The pinks matched pretty good. And so I went ahead and used that on the back of here because they both kind of have that corally pink vibe to them. And then for the binding, I used this green color, and this is actually a Bonnie and Camille line that I had from my stash as well. It's just a plain kind of apple green with some white flowers, and I thought it matched really well. And then I'm trying to get better at labeling my quilts, but I did add on one of these little labels that says Handmade by Erica. This came in my Stitch Supply Co. Advent Calendar this year, and so I have a little basket of labels sitting right by my sewing machine. And I have these right by my sewing machine because I always forget to label my quilts. Always. And so usually by the time I'm putting on binding, I'll get part of the way around the quilt and I'm like, oh man, I forgot the label. And this is always sitting right there. So it's kind of in eyesight of me. And so it helps me remember. So I'll just grab a label out, whichever one, looks the best, and add it in. So here it is, our April truck of the month. So here they both are next to each other. I think they turned out super cute. I hope you guys are enjoying these trucks of the month. I think they're so fun. And I am starting to get a little more detailed in them, I've found, but I do try and keep them relatively beginner friendly and easy so you guys can all enjoy making them. So hope you enjoyed this one. I will make sure to put a link below the video on where you can get them, but you can always go to my store. It's store.confessionsofahomeschooler.com. And then on the left sidebar, you'll see a tab that says quilt patterns or cross stitch patterns. You can click that. You can also use the search bar if you're on your phone or tablet and just search for the word April or search for truck of the month, and you'll find all of those patterns there. So that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time.